Hello and welcome, Essex County College family. This is the Virtual Cafe. Today's episode number 110, our guide to graduating student scholarships for spring 2026. We hope that you and your families are all doing well, staying warm during this time. We have an obscenely large amount of scholarships this go through. It's 26 scholarships, fam, okay? Pay attention. We're going to go through the entire list, all the criteria. Then the director, Mr. Graham, is going to go very carefully over the application process with you. As with each year, it changes a little bit every year. So if you think you knew it from last year, you don't anymore, all right? That being said, here is your no-nonsense guide to all graduating student scholarships at Essex for spring 2026. Your applications, the scholarship applications are open on the college website at this link. It's www.essex.edu/graduating-students/. All right. Please only apply to the scholarships that you meet the criteria for. Otherwise, your application will not be considered. For any additional opportunities, please check your email for a message from Mr. Graham. He's going to be getting you a ton of great info in your email on this. Anything that you miss here today, you're going to have covered in your email and on YouTube, all right? The criteria that must be met is at the top of each scholarship application and on essex.edu. They're all on essex.edu. Please read everything carefully and be sure to upload your additional documents, your recommendations, and acceptance letters to ECC Scholarship at essex.edu. All extra materials and documents this year are going to ECC Scholarship at essex.edu. That's something new, all right? The application deadline, little over a month. It's pretty generous. You got plenty of time to get this done. April 6, 2026, all right? The deadline for graduating student scholarship, spring 2026. Write that down, April 6th at a reasonable time. April 7th, no good, all right? Come on. Your first scholarship is the Academic Achievement Award. You're going to need to have a GPA that has drastically increased over the past 6 consecutive semesters. You're going to need to have done some voluntary work in some capacity at Essex. Hopefully, you've demonstrated leadership development and maintained an active role in a club at Essex. And you need to prove acceptance at a 4-year college or university this semester, in the fall semester. That's the Academic Achievement Award. Here's number 2. The Administrative Association Scholarship. You're going to need a 3.0 GPA. You're going to need proof of acceptance to a 4-year college or university. You'll need to demonstrate intellectual curiosity, professional promise, and leadership qualities. That's heavy stuff. You got this. And you must have been active in extracurricular activities for the past 2 years. Clubs, volunteer work, your church, whatever. Do something. Here, that was the Administrative Association Scholarship. Here's number 3. The Division of Biology, Chemistry, and Physics Scholarship. Very simply, science graduates who have exemplified academic achievement. Division of Biology, Chemistry, and Physics Scholarship. Number 4, the Community and Continuing Education West Essex Campus Charles G. Lavallo Scholarship. The graduate must have been enrolled or participated in a community and continuing ed program. You must have a GPA of 3.0. Your 250-word essay is going to be very specific. It's going to be how the community and continuing education program / course contributed to my academic success. You also need to prove acceptance into a 4-year institution, professional school, or employment following the awarding of an associate degree. That's a nice little loophole there, okay? So you don't have to have a 4-year for this. You can just go straight into employment and still get a scholarship. Pretty cool. Applications for this scholarship can be obtained from the CCE department. That's right across the hall from green area, yellow area, I believe. Moving on to number 5. The Darlene Liggins Scholarship. Very simply, you must be a female business major with a nice looking GPA. I'm sure that's upwards of 3.0. If you got a little less than that, try for it if you're a female business major. The Darlene Liggins Scholarship. Here's number 6. Dr. Bridget Turner's Early Childhood Teacher Education Foundation Scholarship. Wow. That's a lot. You have to be accepted to a four-year institution, as most of these have asked so far, 3.0 GPA, and you must be pursuing a degree in early childhood education at a four-year, okay? So if you're pursuing an early childhood education degree, you got the 3.0 GPA, and you got the proof of acceptance, Dr. Bridget Turner's Early Childhood Teacher Education Foundation Scholarship is for you. All right, we're moving on. Here's number 7. Future Teachers Club Scholarship. Dr. Turner strikes again. You got to show acceptance into a four-year institution. You must have a 3.0 GPA, and you must be pursuing a degree in education at a four-year institution. So all of our education majors, if you're moving on, you got a 3.0, go ahead and fill out the Future Teachers Club Scholarship application. Number 8, the ECC Alumni Association Scholarship. Very simply, you're going to have to demonstrate scholastic achievement. What does that mean? It's very vague. It's in a lot of these criteria for scholarships. Scholastic achievement, good grades, awards you may have won in school. Anything that's a little higher than your normal classes, that's scholastic achievement. And you must have affirmed your commitment to continue your education through enrollment in a four-year institution. That's a fancy way of saying an acceptance letter to a four-year school. We're moving on to number 9. I hope. Okay, the Faculty Association Scholarship. You're going to need a 3.5 GPA. The student must be certified eligible for graduation by his or her department and the college. You must also have completed 30 credits of non-developmental coursework, courses numbered 100 or higher, required by your curriculum. The candidate for these scholarships represents in character and achievement those qualities which the Faculty Association Scholarship Committee extolled as an exemplary student worthy of public recognition. And your faculty testimony must state in writing that the candidate is a student who is not only an exemplary scholar, but also makes a contribution to the scholarly pursuits of other students, tutoring, helping out. Good times. That's your Faculty Association Scholarship. Number 10. The Honorary Patricia Giuliano Memorial Scholarship. Very specific. You need to be a single mother, active involvement in civic advocacy or political causes, and you must have a 2.5 GPA or better. It's pretty low for a scholarship, so if you are a single mother with at least a 2.5, this one's a no-brainer for you. The Honorary Patricia Giuliano Memorial Scholarship. Here's number 11. The Casa Kofer and Slade Academic Achievement and Student Success Scholarship. You will have had to have been on the dean's list all semesters enrolled. You have completed a degree with a GPA of 3.5 or higher, right? We've got a higher expectation for this one as well. You need to be an active member of community and or ECC clubs and organizations. And you're going to need to show acceptance into a four-year institution. The Casa Kofer and Slade Academic Achievement and Student Success Scholarship. We are moving on. Number 12, Doctors Mary B. and Reynold E. Birch Scholarship Fund. This is only for African American male or females. You must show acceptance to a four-year college, university, or professional school to pursue the arts or allied health only. A prospective applicant should demonstrate exceptional acumen, talent, skill, and potential in the arts or allied health fields. All right. So if you're an African American, male or female in the arts or allied health fields, Dr. Mary's B. and Reynold E. Birch Scholarship Fund is for you. We're moving on. Number 13, the Dr. Matilda Akinyemi Aloba Memorial Scholarship. You must be a biology pre-med major or other healthcare, allied health related discipline. You need to show acceptance to a four-year or university. You must have a desire to pursue medicine after completion of their undergraduate degree. And you must have demonstrated academic promise and performance. That means a minimum GPA of 3.0. All right. So if you are taking the undertaking into saving the lives of all of your fellow Americans for the rest of your life, apply for this scholarship right here. Okay. Number 14, the METCS scholarships, math, engineering, technology, computer science. I almost failed that right now. All right. Student must complete at least MTH 122 at Essex. So you had to have taken that one class here in our halls. The student must have taken a minimum of 16 college level credits in math here at Essex. Your GPPA, which is pretty similar to a GPA, it's just when I take my glasses off and type, I miss things like that. So the math GPA of 3.0 or better in courses taken at Essex. Not too bad, 3.0. In the event of ties, the overall GPA of courses taken at Essex will be considered. All right. Number 15, the PTK scholarship, Phi Theta Kappa scholarship. Very simply, if you are a dedicated member of PTK, the National Honor Society for two-year college students at Essex, go ahead and apply for this scholarship. If you are not a member of PTK, keep it moving. All right, here's number 16, the Presidential Scholarship. You're going to need to demonstrate scholastic achievement, community or college involvement. That could be club, I think. Demonstrate financial need, hold F1 visa status, or you have served in the armed services. You must include an acceptance letter to a four-year institution with your application, and the applications are also available from the president's office, not the president of our country, the president of the college. Sometimes people get that confused. Here's number 17. The Professor John Hills International Student Scholarship. I don't know this guy, but he's a pretty good dude if he's giving you all money. He wants you to have completed ESL courses at Essex County College and proof of showing that you are going to a four-year institution. Professor John Hills International Student Scholarship. You must have completed ESL courses here and you're transferring to a four-year. Here's number 18. The Robert Sidney Needham Memorial Scholarship. You must be a graduate of a New Jersey high school. You must have demonstrated a history of community service or campus leadership, a GPA of 3.0, and you're transferring to a four-year institution. Here we go, number 19. The Dr. Linda McDonald Carter Esquire Roots Foundation Scholarship. You're going to need to be a PLS major with a 3.0 GPA or above in the PLS major. Additionally, a B or above in English 101 and 102 and Poly 104 American Government. This scholarship is very, very specific, folks. It's the most specific one we got, and we're not done yet. You're going to need two recommendations from faculty members specifically acquainted with the legal profession. All right, so that cuts most of us out. Your recommendation letters for this one are going to have to be your professors that you have your law classes with. The essay is very specific for this scholarship. You're going to need a 500, not 250, grammatically well-written essay that demonstrates substantive and creative thinking, that describes the broad and varied toolbox of skills that can be acquired by paralegal, includes a demonstration of the student's command of the paralegal profession, how a paralegal education prepares one to work across disciplines and industries, how the education and skills can serve to prepare one to compete proficiently in the global marketplace, and lastly, what existing skills, talent, knowledge, and wisdom did the student bring to their educational experience that they have used in their academic pursuit, which can also be merged into their toolbox, making them even more competitive. Y'all, if you are eligible for this scholarship, please take time to reread all that and really, really give them a nice essay of what they're looking for, okay? It sounds like they're looking for something pretty specific. Here is number 20. The EOF Xiomara Torres Legacy Scholarship. This is for all of our EOFers out there. If you are an EOF participant, you're graduating and you have a 3.0 GPA, and you exemplify the spirit of the EOF program. There's a lot of ways to talk about that, but if you're friendly with Miss Romano, I'm sure you got this down pat. You know exactly what to put. EOFers, the EOF Xiomara Torres Legacy Scholarship. You get that 3.0 GPA, make sure you apply. Here we go, number 21. The Florence Weidman Bay Scholarship. You're going to need to be a female resident of Newark. Sorry, dudes, we are kicking you out for this one. You need to be 35 years of age, too. We're also kicking out all you young people. Really sorry. You're going to need to have a 2.0 GPA. This is a nice scholarship. Female resident of Newark, 35 years old, 2.0 GPA. That's the lowest one we got that I've seen so far. And you're going to need to submit an essay on how the EOF program has prepared her, to attend a four-year college or university, including a brief statement regarding her personal philosophy on life. Also very specific. Pay attention. Give them a nice essay. Make them laugh. That always works. All right, number 22. ECC Foundation Board Academic Excellence and Outstanding Achievement Awards. There's no happy acronym for that. I feel bad. All right, we're going to demonstrate academic achievement for this one. You're going to need to participate in campus activities and plan to continue at a four-year institution. This is a fancy way of saying what most of these scholarships are all asking for: academic achievement. Think of that as your 2.5 or 3.0 GPA. campus activities, clubs, community service, church, anything non-work that you're not getting paid for. Proof of a 4-year acceptance letter. That's most of these scholarships, including this one. We're moving on. Here's number 23. The African Student Association Scholarship. This is for all of our extraordinary students from the African continent. The grade point average of 3.0 or higher. And you're going to need to have dedication to community service and student activities, both on campus and in Essex County. Number 24. Haiti Edu Action, Haitian Students Association Scholarship. Students who have brought respect and a better understanding of Haitian history, culture, and traditions via social and cultural programs to help foster an atmosphere of cultural acceptance and diversity at Essex County College can apply for this scholarship. If you have a GPA of 2.5 and above, and you have a 4-year institution acceptance letter, okay? This one's very specific. If you are from Haiti, if you have been spreading the culture here, and this is for you, go for it. Number 25, the Humanities and Bilingual Studies Student Scholarship. We're looking for extraordinary students majoring within the humanities and bilingual studies major only, and proof that you are transferring to a 4-year institution. All right, humanities and bilingual studies students, the scholarship clearly for you. And our final scholarship for the graduating spring 2026 season, number 26, is the Believers Hope Foundation Haitian Students Association Scholarship. Students who have brought respect and a better understanding of the Haitian history, culture, and traditions via social and cultural programs, and to help foster an atmosphere of cultural acceptance and diversity at Essex, maintained a 3.0 GPA and above, and another acceptance letter into a 4-year institution. And this one's for you. All right, that is all 26 of our graduating student scholarships for spring 2026. All right, I'm going to get Mr. Graham on the screen. He's going to go over the application itself, what it looks like, how to do it, how to submit everything. All right, Mr. Graham, thanks for coming.
Oh, good afternoon. First off, thank all the students for coming. But more importantly, I want us all to thank Mr. Ott and give a huge round of applause so loud that I can hear it without even hearing it. For going through all of those criteria for us. I'm almost surprised that he was able to get through it that fast. All right, that's right. Throw the claps up for Mr. Ott.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for sharing all of those scholarships and the different criteria. So now I'm going to add on a little bit more about what you should expect in the very near future. A couple of things that I do want to make note of while they're fresh on my mind. For the presidential scholarship, do not worry about the criteria if you see it about the F1 visa or armed service requirement. Don't worry about that. Just worry about the other criteria and make sure that you apply. Okay? The Community and Continuing Education Charles G. Lavallo Scholarship. That separate application, I will send that to you via an email as soon as I receive it. All right? The presidential scholarship, back to the presidential scholarship, it will have its own link for a separate application. Other than that, all other scholarships you should be able to use one application to apply for. All right. So let me give you a look at the scholarship applications. What you can expect is sometime after this workshop today, Mr. Ott is going to do all of the hard work and he's going to edit the video down so that you can have a reference to guide you step by step as you're applying for the scholarships. The scholarship applications that I send the links for, both will look similar to this one, the presidential scholarship. It asks for, of course, your basic identifying information, first name, last name. Make sure you use your college email address, ID number, street address. Make sure that you type in everything accurately, all right? The degree that you'll receive upon graduation. If you're unsure, I don't think you'll be judged based off the box you check here. Make sure you put your major and your current GPA according to the best of your knowledge. Here it just asks if you have any faculty or staff that could provide a reference of to your character. You can just list in their first and last name, okay? And then now we get to the good part. You can see this section right here will ask you to list any academic, community engagement awards, anything notable that you may want to mention to a committee to consider. All right, it could be an award from your church for the community service that you provide in your community to help the church do. It could be making the dean's list, and you can list what years and semesters that you made the dean's list. It could be induction into any of the various honor societies that I'm quite sure a lot of you are a part of. This is where you would want to list items like that. Next, we have our portion for our 250-word essay, which specify the reasons why you feel as though you deserve that particular scholarship. This is the chance to tell the committee more about yourself, and maybe speak about different traits that you have and accomplishments that you have that relate to that specific scholarship that make you the ideal candidate. We have a section for you to be able to attach files. All right. The only file that I would like for you to attach to the application is your scholarship recommendation letter. All right. All scholarship applications will require at least one letter of recommendation. I want you to attach one letter of recommendation with your application. If you are applying for one of the scholarships that require proof of acceptance to a four-year university, you can email that proof of acceptance to eccscholarship@essex.edu. If you need to forward any additional documentation requested, maybe there is a scholarship when all is said and done that wants two letters of recommendation, then you email the additional one to eccscholarship@essex.edu and make sure you notate what scholarship application it pertains to. You can see my different tab now?
Yep.
Okay. So that was the presidential scholarship application. For all the other scholarships, aside from community and continuing education and the presidential, you will see an application that is similar, but it will allow you to check off for the scholarships that you are applying for. Okay? So let's say, and this is not a finalized list, but let's say I was going to apply for administrative association and division of bio. All right. When I submit that with these check marks, it will be submitted for both of these scholarships. All right. Which means that whatever letter of recommendation you upload will be used for both. So if it specifically mentions a scholarship, it is perfectly all right for you to complete this as many times as you want for as many different scholarships as you want. But the check boxes are here so that you can apply to them at the same time if you're able to. All right. You heard Mr. Ott mention to apply only that which you meet the criteria for. So please don't just come through here and check boxes just because they're boxes to be checked. All right. Only check what applies to you. Right. I believe this has a Newark requirement. If I don't live in Newark, then I shouldn't check that. Right. I shouldn't check Darlene Liggins if I'm not a female business major with the highest GPA. All right. Check what you apply to, what applies to you. And when I send out the links, I will also send out a document that will list these scholarships with the criteria for you to be able to refer back to. All right. Also, throughout the course of this process, because we know that we're on a we have a deadline. Be mindful to check your email, because what happens is we're having this workshop today, but maybe in 2 days there may be 2 or 3 additional scholarships to share with you for graduating students, and I will send those out as updates. All right. So please make sure that throughout this process, you monitor your email. If you have any documentation, you send it to ECC Scholarship at essex.edu. If you have any questions, you can email them to ECC Scholarship at essex.edu. But look for all of the applications to come directly from me from my email. All right. So that is the 2 scholarship applications that we will have to worry about right now. Sometimes there's some external donors who run scholarships. If they come and they offer them, those will come in an update email. All right. Also, please do not forget, as I stated in my email, these scholarships are for students who will be completing their degree either this spring, by the end of summer 1, 2026, or you have completed your degree in summer 2, 2025, or in December 2025. All right. If you fall within that range, then these are the scholarships for you. Anybody have any questions? Let me keep an eye on the chat. What's the website to apply? The links will be sent directly to you, Achillia, through an email. All right. No, these are not only for, let me see your dearest question. U.S. citizens or DACA citizens, unless it states that specifically, then it is open for anybody regardless of citizenship status. All right. What if I don't have a college acceptance by the deadline? You still apply. All right. Remember what I want. I want you to upload your letter of recommendation with your application. All right. You don't have the college acceptance letter by April 6th. That might be okay. All right. But you may have it by time the committee makes any decision regarding the award. So you still submit as in good faith, as long as you know that you've applied. The colleges don't, then there shouldn't be a problem. I hope that answers that question. Will there be any scholarships that do not require acceptance? Well, not all of them stated that they required acceptance to four-year institution. There were some that did state it, but a lot of them don't state that in the criteria. If it doesn't state that specifically in the criteria, then it's not required. I believe there are quite a few that are like that when the criteria is released. I hope that answers that question.
Does anybody else have any questions?
I'm sorry. Any questions?
In the chat, it says, to who do I send an email if I have more questions related with the scholarship that I select?
ECC Scholarship at essex.edu. Yes, you will get access to the recording. All right. I'm doing my best um to check, double check, triple check, quadruple check what I send you before I send it to you. And that will be the delay. The video will probably be ready before I'm ready to send an email, but we will email every student the link to the video. Yes, we will email the Zoom recording, and it will be available. Mr. Ott put it in the chat at YouTube, SLAO, youtube.com/Essex, I believe. All right. youtube.com/SLAO Essex. All right. Check out our channel just in general. Got a lot of great content up there. You are welcome. There is no, unless it states an age range. All right. So we don't want to overthink this. All right. There's no I didn't see anything that negated anyone based upon age. All right. If you don't see it there, then it doesn't exist. All right. And if you have any questions about any specific scholarships, just email the ECC scholarship. I mean, if you have a quick question, you can email it to the jgram1@essex.edu. All right. If you're unclear about the criteria, I can answer that on a case by case basis. Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Graham. It was an awesome scope on our application process, what it looks like, how to do it, what to submit, where it goes, and when to get it in by. The application deadline is April 6, 2026. If you missed any part or came late to this workshop, it's going to be on youtube.com/SLAO Essex. That's our YouTube channel, a bunch of tutorials and fun videos up there. Check it out. We hope that you and your families are doing well during this time. Stay warm, and we will catch you next time. Thank you.